Man City just got spanked by Spurs pretty much for majority of the game. And when I say majority, I mean a good like 70 minutes or so, you know, especially when Ainori came off. But smash the likes. I'm excited. I'm happy. Subscribe if you're brand new. Any Spurs fans know me? I have a lot to say about Spurs, and it's never very great either. So here I am. But look at that. Aye, that's amazing. Oh, Spurs, you played absolutely fantastic. You played sublime. I've got a phone call from Deji. Give me 2 seconds. Deji, I'm just doing a record. I'm just doing a record at the moment, mate. You happy though?
Just make sure you roll out a red carpet for man later this evening.
A red carpet for Tottenham. All right, just for you, just for you, just for you, just for you.
I want a phone at the back of my seat.
All right, all right, all right. I'll try. I'll do my best. I'll do my best. I love. You're gonna ask, where's Daps? Well, Daps is actually in Morocco, but Spurs played absolutely sublime, fantastic. I don't actually have a lot of describing words that are not in my daily use of vocabulary to describe, but we can go through the game and break it down as I usually do. So first and foremost, congratulations on a win. That's another clean sheet, which is again huge. 5-goal difference in the league. Can that continue? I'd say yes. Frank is clearly a superb manager, and this is why I wanted him at Manchester United beforehand. Tactically flexible, plays to the strengths of his players, and he gets the best out of all of them. Pretty much getting an extra 10-15% if he can. Kudus is a prime example of that. And what I mean by that is, whilst everyone was saying, oh, I don't know about Kudus in a bad season at West Ham, as if West Ham aren't crap, it's just stuff like doubling up against Doku at the end of the game. But what Spurs did well in the first half was, one, defend really well. As a unit, Van de Ven was on it. Romero didn't actually notice him too much in the game, to be fair, because I just don't feel like he needed to do much. Jed Spence heavily involved. Porro heavily involved. Palhinha, I'm going to have some words about him, but it was the shape. The shape was killing Man City, frustrating them. They did get in sometimes when Tottenham wanted to be more expansive, but beyond that, it just got to a point when Ake came on, things started changing as well. And I don't feel like Man City have addressed everything, and this was my concern, and this is actually one of Daps' concerns, is when it gets down those flanks, there's a lot of space. You saw a lot of overloads. There's a lot of runners as well, and physically, Man City could not handle Tottenham, and it was evident. You can have all the technicians you want, right? If you don't have the athletes and the runners and the guys that just really want to play like a box-to-box midfielder up and down all day long that got legs, then what happens when the technical players don't have good games? And I thought, again, today, that's where it happened. Oscar Bob done a couple nice things, but not overly great. Marmoush, great runner. Don't get me wrong. He was the danger man, but he did not score. Vicario stopped it a few times. Could there have been a penalty? Yeah. I feel like there could have been a red card as well on Kudus. You could even say that Man City could have had a penalty. You could even say that even Tottenham could have had a penalty. You know, there was a lot of different scenarios. I'm thinking, well, the referees just let the game flow the way it needs to. And that's what was the best thing about this. You know, even with the whole automated offsides and stuff, making sure that it was not offside, taking 5 hours to make sure it was on. But again, Brennan Johnson in this kind of like 3-4-3, 5-3-2. I don't know what formation to even call it. This is where you need him. There's someone just there for the tap-ins. He's going to be a super sub, and he's going to be a vital part of Frank's Tottenham this year. He will have a major role in all of that. So don't underestimate Johnson. He might not be the greatest finisher in the world, but he knows where to be when it goes inside the box. So credit to him. Again, as the game went on, I felt Tottenham just got that little bit more comfortable, you know, more touches, more runs, getting more decisions, I suppose. The crowd went flat at the Etihad. Tottenham fans were brilliant, and overall got the goal that they deserved. And it was pretty much just like, wow. That's what you got to say is wow. And then before you know it, the second goal comes, because I don't know what Trafford was doing. You know, I don't know why he played into that zone, but he pretty much gave everything needed in in the tank for Tottenham to be like, okay, well, we'll just play counter-attacking now, like a little bit more in the second half. And that's exactly what happened. You know, I thought, again, second half, let's go into it. Tottenham were just in their shape, breaking when they needed, causing situations and asking questions of the back line. And City just didn't have an answer. You know, Doku was a good choice of a player to bring on. He could have had something, you know, he could have went down even in a couple of instances, get a penalty. But again, not enough. Reinders, not his greatest game. For me, Cherky, non-existent. Like, he couldn't handle Papsar whatsoever. You know, he just had him on toast. Haaland, I mean, Mr. Free Header could have got the Man City back into the game. He didn't have his shooting boots on. Actually, even then, Bernardo Silva coming on didn't do anything. The whole point is, Tottenham players ran their socks off. And more than that, in the second half, I feel like I didn't even need to break a sweat. And I'm going to single out some players and let me know what you think in the comments, right? I have my top 3 players of today, especially, is one, Palhinha is a still. When you want to play like that, Palhinha is beautiful. He had everything, like in terms of challenges, where to be on the pitch, where to recycle the ball, even some of the instances where he was spraying the passes. He was a monster, and I don't want players like that getting overlooked. I feel like when we watch games, we always look for the attackers, we look for like some of the defenders and stuff like that. But when it comes to these defensive midfielders whose job is to be simple but effective, Palhinha played that role, especially having legs next to him into Papsar, who I believe got man of the match. Papsar was not my man of the match. Actually, he was in my top 3 because Kudus was there, and so was Richarlison. Richarlison got in his assist, right? And obviously, Palhinha got his goal, but Richarlison was a nuisance. They could not handle his strength, his tenacity, his aggression. He was holding up the ball very effectively. Couple decisions didn't even go his way when he was getting dragged back by Ruben Diaz. He tore Ruben Diaz a new arsehole. That's the way I viewed it. And he was everywhere. Another one for me was obviously Kudus. Kudus' energy was relentless. Come off the pitch in the end. And you know what? Standing ovation to that man right there. Because that is exactly what you do when you're at a top club. You know, it's the extra yards you put in. It's the extra work you put in for your teammates. He did not stop running. He did not stop making situations and asking questions again of Man City's back line when they were trying to, you know, find solutions in the second half. He was amazing. What a steal. 55 million. You have to wonder and question why other teams were not looking at this man. But he wanted Spurs. You know, maybe it's because they were close by, didn't need to relocate or anything, but he put in a mega shift. And there's many other players that you could even praise, like Van der Ven. I said it earlier, just about 5 minutes ago. Van der Ven, block after block in the way. You know, he was too much to handle, running through the midfield at times by himself. Oh my God, Jed Spence. This is why he's getting a new contract, or got his new contract at that. I think he did sign one. Again, new modern age of Wan-Bissaka. You know, left foot as well, right foot, does not matter. And you know what the mad thing about this all is? Thomas Frank doesn't even have Maddison, doesn't have Kulusevski or Udogie at his disposal. And there's more players to come through. There might be Savio, which is kind of funny, right? Because, you know, just beat them. But you could get Savio, maybe an extra player. Maybe Vissa might come through the door. But Solanke needs to get, you know, he's probably thinking, oh, I've got some competition here. He needs to, he could have scored at the very end. It didn't happen. So, yeah, I feel like there's a lot more to come from Tottenham. I don't know what the next fixture is, but you look at that thinking, oh, this is going to be a really difficult team to beat this season. Thomas Frank has just got them well drilled compared to Ange. And you know what? Spurs fan base has been in absolute tatters recently. Now you probably win that and you think like, well, damn, go get me some more players, Levy. And now all the fans will be united thinking, I can see something. There's something to build towards. What happens next? I bet you lot are buzzing. I bet you lot can't wait to watch your next game. Because I know I would. You know, they're playing good football, even though it's playing break football at the moment, playing expansive football. That's the beauty of Thomas Frank. And even though we saw 5 at the back technically today, 4 at the back, it was a bit lopsided, really. I don't know what to really call it. Was it more of a 4-2-3-1? Was it more of 5 at the back? It was weird because, you know what? If I go on the stats here, and it shows me the formation that was actually produced, right? It would tell you that they play 4 at the back. Palhinha, Sarr, Bentancur. But if you look at Palhinha's position and sometimes Sarr was playing more like a right centre back. And that's what was kind of interesting for me. Because it's like one of the midfielders going to help the defence when needed to keep the shape so Porro can get up the field and help Kudus out, or vice versa, Jed Spence get out of the field and obviously help Brennan Johnson out. So that's why I say Thomas Frank, super underrated, definitely had haters out there, and I don't understand why. It's that now, can he deliver in terms of more results? I suppose we're going to find out. But yeah, let me know in the comments who you feel was your man of the match. Let me know in your thoughts as well if you want to like this video and subscribe, and might have to put the gotta give some flowers when needed. So thank you for listening. In a bit.